What up? What up? What up, world? Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. For those on the East Coast, on the West Coast, happy Christmas Eve, but soon to be Christmas. Hope everyone is doing well. I know I'm not going to get a lot of viewers tonight, and that's fine. A lot of people with their families and, holiday parties and wrapping gifts for kids. But if, you're here, you want to listen to, some fantasy football or football in general, I'm here to talk to you, here to, get those lineups set for week 16. Just here to talk football, man. It's been a crazy week, crazy holiday week. Not, everyone out there shopping, doing everything. But in the middle of all that, we had a game that just passed. Great game. I thought it was a decent game. San Francisco Titans, close match. San Francisco leading it up till the half, and Tennessee came out of nowhere and started scoring points, and ended up winning the game. So good for them. A couple big plays by AJ Brown and Debo Samuel, both doing well that last night. So really happy to see that. Well, not happy. I didn't face them, but for those who did, they weren't happy. So we got Nerd Huddle in the house. What up? What up, guys? How's everything going? I'm assuming this is Tank, or it could be Martin. I'm not sure. But either way, what up, Nerd Huddle? Hope everyone's doing good. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. But yeah, we had a good game Thursday, but the biggest news out of all this whole week has been, unfortunately, COVID. Last week it was 100 players. This week it's 176. That's insane. For 1 week of football, there's 176 players that are on COVID. Now, I'm not going to tell you all of them. I couldn't go through the list in this show. It would take me the whole show just to go through it. So, below me, I put on the tracker right here. It's every player that you care about. These are the guys that you care about. That are on this list right now. There's a bunch of other guys that are on the list. I have the whole list in front of me. So if you want to ask who's out, I got it. Like I told you guys last week with COVID, anyone that's in it takes 6 days at the least to get off of this list. So anyone that's on it December 20th or after the fact, 21st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, there's a very low probability they will be playing. So just understand that now. If you heard of a guy getting on the COVID list today, they are not playing on Sunday. It doesn't matter if they're vaxxed or not. It's not happening. They need the two tests within 24 hours. So just saying it's not going to happen. So the only guys that are, close to it are guys like Travis Kelce, guys like Tyreek Hill. Those guys, there keeps right now. They're saying that they're they're not probable, but they have a good chance to play. But they're the 4 o'clock window, so that makes things very tough for fantasy owners. Very tough for anybody that's kind of trying to maneuver that particular situation. So make sure you guys have your head on a swivel. Make sure you guys have backups for everybody. If you have Kelce, make sure you have somebody after that. If you have Tyreek Hill, make sure you guys have someone after that. We had news of Taysom Hill going down. Not going to lie, took advantage of it, grabbed the guy so a guy couldn't get him, ended up playing Jimmy G and didn't have such a great game. So you want to kind of take advantage, but not take advantage. You want to make sure that you are, looking around. Don't mess your roster up just for one guy, especially if you're in those top teams. Unless you can get rid of that spot, there's no point. So tonight, I'm gonna just break down a couple games. I'm gonna go through the Saturday games that we got. We got Christmas. We got football on Christmas. Love it. So we got a lot going on with that. We got the Browns versus the Green Bay Packers. We got Indianapolis Colts versus the Arizona Cardinals. We got football everywhere. So I'm excited. So we got Neanderthal in the house. What up, brother? What's up? Merry Christmas to you too as well. Hope Merry Christmas to you and yours. Hope everyone is having a great night and getting ready for family tomorrow if that's what your plan is. That's my plan. I got to spend time with my little nephew today. Got to see my girlfriend's niece or nephews and got to spend time with them as well. So I've had a wonderful day of seeing family. I'll be seeing more of them tomorrow. Got a long day. So this is going to be not 4 hours long like we normally do. It will be much, much shorter. I'm going to try to break things down. If you do have questions, please, and please go in the chat, ask your questions. I will go through them. Like I said, I don't see us having a lot of viewers. So tonight, you got me all to yourself. Anybody that wants to talk, I'm here to talk. We're here to kind of work things out. I got all my stuff up for, everybody that, we can kind of break it down, help you guys figure out what you want to do for your playoff roster. So I'm going to break down a few games as we go. But I don't have a lot. I don't have a lot written. I'm not even going to lie. Usually I have paragraphs written. Ant can tell you. I got whole pages. I got like 4 or 5 pages that I normally write up. I don't have that today. Not going to lie. Today is a little bit laxed. It's Christmas. I didn't, I was spending time with family, so I didn't have my normal time to kind of write everything down. But that's okay. I'm still going to give you the best that I can give you. Best news, updates. But what I will say for those who are just watching or those who are going to watch later that aren't aware, we have a private sleeper channel. So make sure you guys check out the description. In the description, it will bring you to our private sleeper channel. And we welcome everybody. For now, it's going to be free. We have a ton of perks, a lot of things going on. So come join. I do injury news basically all week. I try to give you guys up to date. Injury news. I try to get it before Sleeper does. I try to make it so that you guys get all that tiny edge on everybody else. So make sure you check us out. That's what we're here for. We're here to help, and it's a wonderful community. It's not just me in there. We have a lot of smart guys in that whole thing, in that whole community. Our ambassadors are in there as well. They do everything they reach out to everybody that posts and everything. They give their input. Everybody talks to one another. We are a wonderful fantasy community, and we're here to help you. We're here to make it so that you guys win. Everybody's here to help. It's not just me. It's not Ant, not Dust, Frank. We're all here to help on here, and on those in the private channel as well. But it's not just the 4 of us. It's everybody. This is one big, huge community that we're trying to build here. So come and join us. Make sure you check it out. So we got one question starting us off. Neanderthal getting us going with a really tough question that I think everybody has today. And it's Ronald Jones or Justin Jackson. So I was going to get to this a little bit later, but I'm going to go for it now because it's, like I said, this is an impromptu. So Ronald Jones is a great pick. I'm, if you were able to get him, good for you. That's a wonderful, you made the right move, in my opinion. Bucks are favored by 10. They got most of their wide receivers out. Ronald Jones, I think, I think he's more of a high tier RB2 that can put up mid tier RB1 numbers. I really like Ronald Jones as a player. It's kind of a shame that he's been taking a backseat to Leonard Fournette. Fournette is a great player and deserves the right, but at the same time, I think Jones is just as good in his own right. Justin Jackson is going to be playing Houston. He's a very raw player, but he's very good. He's very fast. He's very quick on his feet. Good one cut. But it doesn't matter who you play against Houston. They're going to give up points. And if memory serves me, I'm going to double check my math here, but they have 21 players. 21. Okay. Just to make you guys aware, 21 players. So if you have 21 players on any team, doesn't matter. 21 play. It takes 22 to make the roster for your first first team. They have 21 people out with COVID. And from the look of it, it's mostly the defense. So that's all I'm going to say. So after that, so breaking it down from there, right now it looks like Austin Eckler isn't going to be playing. Like that's kind of the feel in the building. I was having a very fun conversation with one of our ambassadors, Wilson 27, and Wilson was telling me that he heard a story or heard a report or something relative that Dawson Knox asked Austin Eckler who he should play, Eckler or somebody else. And Eckler said, I picked up Justin Jackson and I'm playing him. Now, I can't confirm or deny the report. That's the report I got from Wilson. I need to do a little fact checking myself because I have Justin Jackson and I'm kind of curious. But I would probably, Justin Jackson's probably going to be up there in my rankings. I'd say closer to the, 13 range, 14 range. So I'm liking Justin Jackson a lot. Just the matchup. And you'll know by 1:00 if Austin Eckler's in or out. So I think either one is a good pivot. Both games are in the, both teams are favored by 10. So I understand where it is, but they say, right now they're thinking that Chargers can put it up on the Texans. So for me, Justin Jackson. I'm gonna hopefully do well with, I'm hoping that's the case. Like I said, I'm currently in that boat right now. So we'll see. We'll see. They're both great options. So you're good to go. All right. So I'm gonna get us broken down. Hopefully, once we get more people rolling in, we'll slowly divert to questions and stuff like that. So if you have any, please leave them in the chat. I will answer them as soon as I get to it. But I'm gonna break down the Saturday 4:30 game, 4:30 Eastern. Sorry, you guys out on the West Coast. So we got Cleveland Browns versus the Green Bay Packers at home. Packers are favored by 7 points. Over under is 46.5. So in this game, the only guy that's out for the Packers that's really of note is MVS. He is out because of COVID. The Browns, on the other hand, are getting a few guys back. They're getting Jarvis Landry and Baker Mayfield. So Baker will be back at center. So good for him. There are a few other guys that are still out for the Browns at this point in time. They still have their kicker out that was put on it today. Their center, J.C. Treader, he's going to be out as well, probably. Kareem Hunt is still on that list. Mac Wilson is still on the linebacker for them, is still on it. And it looks like Jarek Willis, their left tackle, is also on it as well. So they have a few people on the list, but they're getting back a couple main pieces to this game. So, everyone's wondering, who do you play? Well, Rodgers, you're definitely going to play. I'm a little hesitant to play Baker Mayfield. If you need to in a two-person or a 2 QB league, I might play him there. Nick Chubb, always a start. You don't have to twist my arm. I'm always going to tell you, Nick Chubb, just play him. He's fine. The biggest question I think that a lot of people have is Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon. I mean, these guys have been the one combo that everyone is unsure about. My brother all year has been telling me, who the hell do I play? I play Aaron Jones, Dillon scores more. I play Dillon, Aaron Jones scores more. And honestly, I don't even have an answer for him because it's so complicated. So just to give you an idea of snap counts. So in week 14, A.J. Dillon had 35 to Aaron Jones's 29. That's pretty even, but not, a little more than the other. Then you had Aaron Jones go for 39 over Dylan's 23, which, okay, that's normal as well. I don't see a huge discrepancy in that as well, but they both did pretty decent in fantasy points. He's gotten to the point where he's like, I'm just going to play both. And to be honest, it's not a bad play in certain situations. If they're a bad defense, put them both in. Why not? They're both going to get run. They're both going to get at least half the team's carries, and they're both productive. So I like both of them. Devonta Adams, he's always going to be a start for me. I also like Jarvis Landry. I like him because of his possession. He's better in PPR, of course. I like the fact that he's a possession receiver. He's the underneath guy for Baker. They also, I think, got Hooper back, so Hooper's going to be there. So they get a few guys back on offense that can help them out, that can kind of, take away a little bit of the pressure. Peoples-Jones has been playing well, but I'm not suggesting to play him. I'm just saying they have the weapons to kind of give him a little bit of space. So he's not a bad option. Mercedes Lewis, the last few weeks, is actually he's been doing something. He's the old guy. I love it. He does it great. You're not playing him, but he's a tough old bird. I like him a lot. But that's kind of my breakdown there. So we got Rodgers, Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, Chubb, Landry, Devonta Adams. Those are the main guys that I would go for if you're looking to play. So the A15 game on Christmas Day. This one I was really excited about when I saw it on the schedule. COVID kind of changed everybody's mind, but this is the Indianapolis Colts at Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are favored by 2.5. The over-under is, I think, 42.5. I wrote 2.5. I don't know why. So this game, I was really excited about. Unfortunately, Colts are going to be without Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson. Quentin Nelson's going to be out for COVID. Unfortunately, Ryan Kelly is out for a different issue, and I want to just take a moment for Ryan's family. My condolences to you. For those who don't know, he lost his daughter. They had a miscarriage very late in the pregnancy. So to the Kelly family, I'm really sorry. And my condolences to you guys. So I'm a little special place here for you. So I'm sorry, guys. So that kind of hurts their offensive line a little bit. You're not playing Jonathan Taylor. He's in your lineup. I think the big questions are guys like Michael Pittman, T.Y. Hilton. The secondary for the Cardinals isn't horrible. I like them a lot, actually. But other than that, I don't know how many guys are going to be playing for the Colts other than JT. Carson Wentz is a sure thing. Carson Wentz is like a sure thing QB2. Let's put it that way. So it looks like sorry about that. Looks like we got a new listener. Lee, what's going on, man? Hope everything's going well. Full PPR, which one would you start? CeeDee Lamb or Alexander Madison? It's a great question. I like both a lot. CeeDee Lamb is in a really good matchup against the Redskins. I'm not going to tell you to not start him. He's a wonderful being a Giants fan. It hurts to say, but he's a wonderful wide receiver. Madison's going against the Rams with Dalvin Cook out and him starting. That's not a bad option as well. Full PPR, I'd probably lean a little more towards Lamb just because with the PPR targets. I think Madison's going to still get a good run. For me, for flex options, I prefer the running back in most situations. And the reason is because they're more guaranteed the target, or sorry, not the target, the touch. So they're more guaranteed to have possession of the ball at one point or another. They could run him 25 times down the middle. It doesn't matter. He still has an opportunity 25 times. CeeDee Lamb's only going to get 8 to 10, and that's if he catches them, because that's the type of ball you're getting. You're either getting, it thrown all over the place. Dak is a wonderful, quarterback and all, but I rather have the ball in my hand. So for me, this is a really tough question. I think I'm going to break it down to where I find the Rams on my scale compared to the Washington football team. So right now I have the Rams ranked 15th against the running back. I got the Washington football team 28th, giving up at least 23 points to the wide receiver per game. I don't see them being down though. I see the Rams. This is a really tough question for me because the game script for both teams is opposite of what I wish it would be for them to be productive. Vikings are actually pretty, healthy. I think I'm going to stick with Madison and stick with what I like about running backs in the flex spot. Love CeeDee Lamb though. If you have a better option at flex or in your wide receiver group that you can play over Lamb, I'm actually really surprised by that. So who do you have at wide receiver that you can't play Lamb? I would probably, Lamb is pretty up there for me. He's in the at least top 10, probably the bottom 10 of it. But let me know who you have at the wide receiver position that you have the luxury of flexing out Lamb. I'm kind of curious. Like I said, we have the time tonight. I'm here. We don't got a lot of people, so I'm here for you, here for everybody to help with your lineups if you have a question. So Lee, let me know. I would love to answer that question with a little bit more clarity on your lineup. All righty. So let me know what you got. Hope that was helpful for you for a little bit of a breakdown. We're going to be breaking down those games in a few minutes. But any other questions you got, please let me know. Definitely want to help you out. So like I said, we're breaking down the Colts in Arizona. The only guys right now that on the Arizona side of the ball is James Conner and Rondale Moore. Both did not practice this week. Oh. So Lee's telling me he's got Stefan Diggs and Deebo Samuel. Okay. Good for you. I'm kind of curious. Is this an 8-team league? Because to have that type of luxury, to have Diggs, Deebo, and CeeDee Lamb, I mean, good for you. And I'm assuming it's a 2 wide receiver league. So I get where your issue is. It's just so hard to not play him. You already played Deebo. And congratulations on that. Stefan Diggs. I like Diggs. I really do. He's on my team. I'm playing him this week. It's so hard to trust him, just because of the matchup. Belichick likes to shut you down, and it's a 10. Oh, you traded for okay. So it's a 10-team league. Hey, man. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, you are stacked at wide receiver, and to have those, I mean, if it's a 2 wide receiver league and you have those 3 guys, good for you, man. Honestly, good for you. A lot of people don't have that luxury. I don't. I have Stefan Diggs, T. Higgins, Devontae Parker, KJ Osborne, Tyler Johnson, a few other guys, but I don't have the luxury of having 3 studs like that. And I'm in a 3 wide receiver league. So, oof. Right? Crazy. I got those 3. Yeah. So for me, here's the deal. I like Stefan Diggs a lot. The Patriots are 4th against the wide receiver. Now, I'm not saying that Diggs can't have a good game. Last year, he torched them. I remember the game that he played last year, he torched them. And I know he didn't really do much in the game that they had last time because no one had a good game the last time. I mean, both teams had nobody for wide receiver. And even the day, even with what Josh Allen was able to put, with the wind, he only got 7 points. So I feel a little bit more comfortable with playing CeeDee Lamb over Diggs. And then if you had the question with Diggs over Madison has the better matchup, in my opinion. So I would feel a little bit comfortable with that. Like I said, the Washington football team is 28th. Yeah, they're 28th against the wide receiver this year. I want to do what I can to get Lamb in my lineup. That's what I want to do. So my guess, maybe you have or you have Josh Allen and you're trying to stack him, which stacking's great and all, but for more for DFS than it is for this type, weekly. So for me, I would feel a little bit more comfortable playing CeeDee Lamb over Stefan Diggs this week for that reason. So hopefully that's helpful. I mean, I don't see a reason not to play Madison either. So I'd rather play CeeDee Lamb and Madison, and the only guy that I would drop out of those two is Diggs. And that's hard for me to say. I love Diggs. So we got Neanderthal. Would you play Ronald Jones over Josh Jacobs or Miles Sanders? Okay. So we got Josh Jacobs. He's going to be going against, and I know this is hard for you, my friend. Yeah, I appreciate you too, brother. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. I'm here every Friday with Ant normally, but today I'm by myself. Merry Christmas. I'm always here on Sunday mornings as well. I'm here at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I'm always going to be here. That's what I'm aiming for. We're also here Monday, Wednesdays as well at around this time. So check us out. Like and subscribe below for us. Check out our sleeper channel as well. We have a lot of perks in there. If you're not a part of it, definitely check it out. We have a bunch of people like me, if not more, that are a little smarter than me, maybe. But we have a whole community there that's willing to help everybody with your full lineup. You put a question on a thread, everyone's willing to help you out. So check us out, like, subscribe, build this channel. We're trying to get this thing up. We're getting closer and closer to 300. I'm trying to get us above that. So check us out. I really appreciate it. If you have more questions, if you have another league that you're having a question about, or you just have another question in general, let me know. I'm here until I can, not talk anymore and I want to go to bed. So I'm on the East Coast. So for me, it's getting late and I got a whole day tomorrow. So I'm not going to be on here that long. So appreciate you, Lee. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for asking your question. So let me know. So back to Neanderthal. I'm sorry, buddy. So we got Ronald Jones, Josh Jacobs, or Miles Sanders. All right. So we got we got Jacobs over, or sorry, we got Jacobs going against Denver. We got Miles Sanders going against my Giants. And we have Ronald Jones going against Carolina. Okay. So all with good matchups, all with good scenarios. The way I'm going to break it down here is Miles Sanders, as much as the Giants suck at rush defense, I think they're going to have a harder time with Jalen Hurts than Miles Sanders. We actually did pretty well the last time we faced Jalen Hurts. I'm actually very surprised, but not. We actually have a pretty decent defense, in my opinion, but we actually have a few guys on COVID. So we'll see. But either way, I don't like that particular scenario because Hurts tends to take away and not help Miles Sanders. Jacobs is another guy that gets volume against Denver. Um, so just to give you an idea, Denver is 11th against the run or against, fantasy running backs. Um, so that's not horrible numbers, but not great numbers either. Ronald Jones is going against Carolina. Carolina is a little beefed up in their particular rankings because they faced teams in the beginning of the year that were not that great. And they're ranked 8th. Right now, Tom Brady doesn't really have much around him. He's got Tyler Johnson, Antonio Brown. He's got Scotty Miller. Okay, he doesn't have Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. I think that they're going to kind of change their philosophy, run it down a little bit more. I feel a little bit more comfortable with Ronald Jones. Like I said, he's got upside. So I would go with Jones probably over these two. I just feel a little bit more comfortable playing him that way. I don't mind Josh Jacobs, but for me, I'm gonna probably lean Ronald Jones. Better offense, better situation. It's hard to trust Derek Carr. You're a Raiders fan, so I know you know. And I love the team. I love Darren Waller, like Hunter Renfrow and all that, but Derek Carr is kind of holding your team back just a smidge. I think he's an okay quarterback. He just needs a little bit more guidance, in my opinion. So hope that was helpful. So I didn't really get to break down the Colts Cardinals game. That's okay. Like I said, James Conner, Rondale Moore, both have been listed as questionable. They did not practice all week, both of them. So they're going to be true game time decisions for tomorrow. So keep an eye on this. Chase Edmonds, not a bad choice, even though Colts are pretty good against the run. They're third. So I probably wouldn't be playing Chase Edmonds if he's available. But if he's the only guy there, I might be playing him. Quarterbacks, like I said, Carson Wentz is a good QB2. Murray, you can start every week. Running back, you're going to start Jonathan Taylor without questioning. You can't really. Nyheim Hines is one of those guys that you can't play unless you're in like a really deep league. Chase Edmonds, like I said, unless you're in a dire spot, I wouldn't be playing him. If you have better options, I'd use them. Wide receivers, I like Christian Kirk. I don't mind AJ Brown or AJ Green. I think Kirk's the better option in that offense. Tight end, Zach Ertz is fine. I can't trust any of the tight ends for the Colts. And wide receivers, I like Michael Pittman. I'm always going to like him. So I just don't like T.Y. Hilton. So I'm okay with playing Pittman if you need him to, or if you need him in general. Next, we got the Lions at the Atlanta Falcons. Falcons are favored by 6.5. The over-under is 42.5. We know for a fact that Jared Goff is not playing in this game. Dan Campbell came out and said, I do not expect Jared Goff playing. So we got another game with Tim Boyle. So great. This is gonna be a really rough game. Tajay Sharp is looking as doubtful for the Falcons. Other than that, there are no other real big injuries to talk about. Swift is also questionable if memory serves me right. So let me double check my math here. It looks like we have Deandre Swift with 3 limited practices listed as questionable. They've been running this kid, Craig Reynolds, pretty well. I think he's going to be taking a back seat now that Swift's coming back. You got Jamal Williams as well. All these guys are slowly coming back, but you got a bad quarterback behind you. The wide receiver options, I would have preferred Equanimeous St. Brown with Jared Goff, but without him, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with that. Jared Goff's not a good quarterback, but he's better than Tim Boyle. So for me, and the reason why he's been doing so well is because Jared Goff's throwing the ball. So I wouldn't be playing Tim Doyle or Tim Boyle. I wouldn't be playing anybody on this team except for DeAndre Swift if he's active. Uh, Jamal Adams is a maybe, or maybe flex option if you're really, 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 really like short at running back, which is probably the case this week. Atlanta Falcons, if you have to start Matt Ryan, start him like in a 2 QB league. Like if you have to, okay. Kyle Pitts, you're starting. Cordell Patterson, you're starting. Mike Davis, you might be able to start this week. Yeah, I know. Russell Gage, he's not a bad choice as well. Detroit's defense has been playing better these days. Not gonna lie, they look okay. This is one of those games where both teams are so bad that it could be a lot of points or it could be not a lot of points. So this is a very confusing game. I think Atlanta might take over for this one. They're favored by 6.5. So I'm going to be favoring a lot more Falcons than Lions. All right. So next game, Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals are favored by 4.5, and the over/under is 48.5. Or no, sorry, 44.5. I went down one. Tyler Huntley looks like he's likely to play, even though he's having non-COVID illness at this point. He put in a couple limited practices. The Bengals, on the other hand, are good to go. So, I mean, this is going to be another game where Bengals might take over like they did last time. I'm hoping that. I have a lot invested in the Bengals. I have Joe Mixon. I have T. Higgins. I'm hoping, and Jimmy Smith looks like he's going to be out for this game, so they're going to be down corners. I think they might just go to the air. So you're loading up all three receivers. I'm okay playing Boyd. I like Boyd. He's a really good possession receiver. When teams take away Chase, he eats. So I like him a lot. Joe Mixon, load him up. I know the Ravens have been playing well against the run. If memory serves me correct, I think Calais Campbell is also out. Let me double check my work here. No, McPhee's out. Justin Houston's probably going to be out. We'll know more Sunday. Unfortunately, it's very hard to predict the COVID group. Let me double check. I remember seeing Calais he's questionable. So we'll see. But either way, I like Joe Mixon here. On the Ravens side, Tyler Huntley is not a bad choice. If he's going to be starting, he played well last week. I am okay with it. Cincinnati's defense, though, has been pretty good lately. I would probably play Huntley in a 2 QB league over a 1 QB. But if you're short at QB because let's just say you lost Taysom Hill because of COVID and you picked him up, that might be a good play. Like that would probably be an okay play. His rushing floor is enough to get you to like 15 points, and that's being generous. We saw last week he can be QB1 if he wants. So not a bad pick. Running back wise, I mean, you got to stick with Devonta Freeman. He's the better of the two they got there. Cincinnati, like I said, we're sticking with Joe Mixon. Oh, wide receivers wise for Ravens, I mean, if you want Marquise Brown, I mean, it's so hard to play him now. He was so good in the beginning of the year and kind of fell off the face of the earth. But the main weapon you want in Baltimore is Mark Andrews. You do not want anybody else. So if you have Mark Andrews, you're good. Bengals, CJ Usman, if you want to, go for it. I don't like him. I don't think he's worth anything to me. So play him at your own risk, but honestly, he's not someone I'm playing. All right. On to the Rams. So we got the LA Rams versus the Minnesota Vikings. Rams are favored by 3. The over-under is 48.5. Not bad. Minnesota is going to be missing Dalvin Cook. He'll be out due to COVID. Alexander Madison is off the COVID list and back on. So Alexander will be starting, which is good for them. So they don't really they don't miss a beat. So they kind of, one off, one on. Not a bad move. Rams are good to go. They got Tyler Higbee back. So they're going to have a little bit more help on that line. Higbee's actually a pretty decent blocker, considering he's actually a pretty good target as well. They didn't have that for the last few weeks. Stafford's been kind of sputtering a little bit. So I think this helps. My biggest problem with Higbee in this particular matchup is if somebody is available. So right now, Adam Thielen got 3 limited practices in this week. He has no injury tag, so it looks like he might be on the field this week. So for those who had KJ Osborne, you might be shit out of luck, and I'm sorry. I picked up KJ for one game. I thought he did well. I'm holding on to him. If you have him, you're not going to throw him out yet. Just those he can aggravate any player can aggravate an injury like that. So I would be hard pressed to tell you not to drop him. I wouldn't. It looks like Eric Kendricks is going to be playing, and that means Harrison Smith is going to play. So I wouldn't be playing Higbee this week, just because I do like their defense a lot. So I'm not playing those guys. I'm definitely going to play Odell. I'm playing all the wide receiver options. Their wide receiver core is probably one of the worst in the league. So I'm playing Odell. I'm playing Cooper. You're never not playing Cooper. Van Jefferson's not a bad play either. So I'm going to play all those guys. I feel confident doing that. I think everyone's big question is who do you start at running back? Do you start Darrell Henderson? Do you start, Sony Michel? Both these guys, they've been splitting carries a little bit, but the last time I checked, it looks like Sony Michel is getting a little bit more run, and it's quite interesting. Sony Michel got 48 snaps compared to Darrell Henderson, who only got 18. Does that change? But I'm not going to try to find out. I think I'm okay with Sony Michel playing him over Henderson. I think Michel has kind of earned his right, and they're kind of keeping Henderson fresh for the playoffs. So we'll see. Like I said, Minnesota-wise, you're playing Alexander Madison. You're playing Justin Jefferson. You can play You can play Kirk Cousins. I'm okay with that. You're playing Stafford. I'm okay with that. You can play Tyler Conklin. I think Tyler Conklin's not a bad choice. He's a low end tight end one. So, yeah. Anthony, what up? Rasta in the house saying Merry Christmas, get right, fam. What up? What up? We got Drew in the house. What up? Merry Christmas, brother. How you doing? Oh my God, I got people on the East Coast awake with me today. Shout out to Connecticut. So what's going on, Drew? Hope all is well. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Sorry, I've been talking for like 10 minutes straight. I need a drink. But yeah, hope everyone's doing good, and Merry Christmas to you and your family as well. Hope everyone is doing well. I know you are busy. I'm just here holding it down. It's all good. I love it. I love being here in general. Like I said in the sleeper chat, this is probably one of the best gifts I could ever get in my, for the year. So appreciate you. Appreciate the whole crew. Appreciate just everybody in this community. So, all right, let's move on. We got the Buffalo Bills at the New England Patriots. Patriots favored by 2. Over under is 43.5. The big news that we got from this game is that Cole Beasley and Gabriel Davis will both be out, and they might be out on next week. They are both unvaccinated. Based on how everything goes, I don't see it happening. I don't see them playing. So just be wary of that. I wouldn't drop them, but I wouldn't think they're going to play. So don't plan on them being out there. Patriots are going to have Ramondre Stevenson. He's going to be out. Nelson Aguilar out. They got Kendrick Bourne, who might be a game time decision. We won't know that till Sunday. So be aware of this. Just be mindful and be aware. Keep your ears open. Come here on Sunday. I'll tell you at 11:30 if he's going to be playing. So make sure you guys check us out then as well. So a lot of guys out in this game that were there for the last game but weren't involved last time. So this is going to be fun. Looks like Damien Harris. Looks like he's got some practice in. Let me just double check here. I mean, he's always going to be listed as questionable just because that's how the Patriots are. He got limited practice all week. Everyone got a limited practice in all week. So we know that he's available. We know that he could be playing. So we'll have to wait and see. So for this game, I'm definitely starting Josh Allen now that they don't have wind. I'm starting Devin Singletary. I feel comfortable with him. He's going to be the guy that's going to be active over guys like Zach Moss. I feel comfortable with Stefan Diggs, and I also feel comfortable with Emmanuel Sanders when he plays. Dawson Knox as well. I think that they could, they're going to show them how they're going to play their type of football. I think they're going to try to throw it a little bit and, kind of put them on their heels a little bit. Patriots, I mean, I wouldn't be starting Mac Jones in this unless you're in a really deep league. I would start Damien Harris just because he's the lone guy there, and he's a pretty good runner, and he did well against the Bills last time. So I feel comfortable with that. I might be starting Jacoby Myers. Myers is a guy that I like as well, and Hunter Henry, who has been kind of hot lately. He got 2 touchdowns last week against the Colts. Hunter Henry's not a bad play either. So those are my guys that I would probably play. Drew saying it's not a bad night to be a glass of Bailey's. Good for you, my friend. Enjoy it and love it. Neanderthal going, Merry Christmas, Aunt. Hope all is well as well. We got Drew going, should I start Justin Jackson or A.J. Dillon? I'm also starting Aaron Jones. Keep in mind. Okay, so I'm keeping in mind that you're playing Aaron Jones. Here's my take. I like Justin Jackson, and this is if Eckler is out. Now, they haven't said it clearly. They haven't said it officially. No one has said anything. For those who haven't seen or who weren't here for the beginning of the show, I'm not going to have you wait until tomorrow. There was a report that I was talking to with Wilson, and Wilson said that basically Dawson Knox asked Austin Eckler, I'm assuming on Twitter somewhere public, he asked, are you going to be lacing him up and playing? And Austin Eckler said, I picked up Justin Jackson and I'm playing him. That's it. Didn't say anything else. I'm going to take that. This guy is big in fantasy. He can't tell you what he's, he can't tell you things about what's going on in the locker room, but they're pretty sure he's going to play. So if he's playing and against Houston, who has on the list of 176 COVID people that are out at this particular point, the Houston Texans currently have 21 people with COVID. They're going to be out. And I don't see many of them coming back. And I'm going to look at their list real quick. I just want to double check my math here. They could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They could get 8 guys back. They could. But there's nothing going to be official until Sunday. And even if they get 8 guys back, they still have 13 that are going to be on COVID. So, in this particular case, I'm going Justin Jackson. I know A.J. Dillon's been killing it lately. I have no problem with someone playing both of them, but I'm going to stick with Justin Jackson because you're already playing it, Aaron Jones. I think that either way, I think you're good. So you can't go wrong against Houston, man. Houston's probably one of the worst teams against the run. If I'm looking at my list, they're 29th against the run. I'm playing Justin Jackson. For sure. The Browns might be 16th, but I like that. I like that number 29 right there. I think I'm going to be playing him, even though he's a lower tiered guy in my, he's definitely a low end RB2 compared to Dylan, who's more of a high end RB2. But I think that playing Houston kind of gives him that bump. So I think I'm going to go Justin Jackson here, there, Drew. We got Nerd Huddle back. What up? He's got a question. Full PPR. Pick one. Only one. We got Jarvis Landry, Michael Gallup, or Emmanuel Sanders. That's good. That's a great question, man. Full PPR. I feel a little bit more comfortable with Landry. Patriots are pretty good against the pass, so it's hard to pick Emmanuel Sanders. He's been down a little bit, which probably means he's going off. I like Michael Gallup, but where he is on the pecking order for the Cowboys is tough to trust. They do have the better matchup, in my opinion. Baker's back, so I feel a little bit more comfortable with Landry. So I think I'm going to go with Landry here as my pick. If I had to rank them, I'm going Landry, Gallup, and Sanders. That's kind of my, where I'd rank them. But I like Landry a little bit more. And then he's also asking, I'm assuming this is Melvin Gordon and Gaskin. So which one do I go with? Gaskin's playing New Orleans. Now, here's a little caveat. Okay. We all know last week what happened. To everybody's chagrin. Gaskin had 10 carries. Duke Johnson had like 22, I think, or something close to that. Did real well. They signed him right away the next day. They signed him to the 53-man roster without even waiting another week. They like him. They have 5 running backs in that core that are going to be available. I don't know. I don't trust Gaskin at this point. I'd rather play Gordon and, go with his upside. Gordon's playing. Who are they playing? They're playing Las Vegas. Vegas is 30th against the run. I'm going Melvin Gordon without even thinking twice. He's definitely a higher tiered running back. I don't care that he's splitting carries with Javonte Williams. They actually split it right down the middle. I feel a little bit more confident about that. So Melvin Gordon, I'm going with it. All right. For those who just tuned in or those who are wondering what's going on underneath here, what's this ticker? This is the COVID tracker. Okay. I took the 176 names, took the ones that you guys would only care about. The main guys, the top guys, the guys that you care about. Put them on this list, put them on this tracker. They're for you. Enjoy it. The date next to their name is when they were put on the COVID list. I'm telling you now, it's a 6-day turnaround. At least that's the earliest that they can come back. So be aware of that. So if you see guys December 21st, 22nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, they're not going to be playing. They're probably going to be out. So be aware of that. Anyone that's before those dates could play, but they haven't been cleared yet. So be aware. All right. So back to the breakdowns. We got Jacksonville Jaguars versus the New York Jets. Jets are favored by 1.5. Wow. Over under is 41. Wow. So Nerd Huddle always saying, thanks, Mike. I'm facing number one, and if I beat him, I basically win the league. Good for you. I hope you do. I will tell you a little fun story in my league, my money league that I'm in every year, my big league that I've been in for ages. 4th place. So we do 4 teams into the playoffs. So 4th place has won it 6 out of the last 7 years. That's unbelievable. 6 out of 7. 4th place is won. I think everyone tried to get into 4th this year. So good luck to you. I'm assuming this is Tank. So good luck, Tank. Hope everything's well over there. If it's Martin, good luck to you as well. Everybody there in the Nerd Huddle. If for those who are watching, make sure you guys check out the Nerd Huddle. They have a great lineup of things going on. You name it, they got it. Everything from movies to Bears news to football. They got the Dynasty Pylon. They got everybody in there. They got a good group, good little schedule of shows. So check them out. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to them as well as to us. So check them out. All righty. So back to the Jaguars and the Jets. Jets favored by 1.5. Over under is 41. Jets had a bunch of players on COVID. If memory serves me right, they had about 15. They had 11. Well, still a lot. They had 11 guys put on COVID. A lot of people thought Michael Carter, the running back, is on the COVID list. He is not. So he will be available for this game. Jamison Crowder is listed as doubtful. And Nerd Huddle saying it's Tank. What up, Tank? So Merry Christmas, Tank. Thank you. We appreciate it. Anson here probably listening, and he I know he says Merry Christmas to you as well. And yeah, I know Dustin's probably around here somewhere. And he appreciates it, Frank, too. So thanks for coming. Thanks for being a part of it. We always appreciate you guys coming in and saying hi. So yeah, for this Jacksonville Jaguars game, I'm going to be playing James Robinson. We got to free him. Free him back. He did well coming back. Thankfully, Bevel played him and did whatever he could. So I'm glad that he's back. James Robinson. I'm also going to play Marvin Jones. We heard today that Laviska Shenault will be out due to COVID. So he will be kind of the lone man on the totem pole by himself. So I like Marvin Jones in this one. I think Dan Arnold's coming back from IR too, so he'll be out there. I don't know if he's playing, so don't hold me to that. For the Jets side of the ball, Michael Carter's fine. Don't mind Michael Carter. I don't really know or care about any of the passing options for the Jets other than Keenan Cole. I mean, if you guys want to go with the Christmas narrative of Keenan Cole or something like that, I mean, you want to play him, but I'm not. They still have Zach Wilson. Looks like I think Joe Flacco's out. So not much really. I don't really care about this game in any shape, way, or form other than James Robinson. It is what it is. You got the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 10. Over under is 40.5, which is probably in favor of the Eagles. Kadarius Toney is questionable, coming back from COVID. You got the Eagles; they're good to go. You got Jalen Hurts ready to go. The team looks healthy. I'm going to say play your Eagles, don't play your Giants. It looks like the Giants are going to play Jake Fromm. Jake Fromm played okay. I'm actually going to play Saquon Barkley. He's been getting a lot of touches lately. I remember looking at the targets for Saquon Barkley as of last week. He actually had 8 targets last game. So good, that's good volume for him. I think he'll do well. He might not get you a touchdown. He might not do, a crazy amount, but I think he'll still be viable to play. But if you have 2 or 3 better options, I'd probably play them. Giants receivers. I mean, Kenny Golladay is the only guy that's actually healthy. So good luck. Evan Ingram, I might play just because of the concept that new rookie quarterbacks tend to lean on the tight end and lean on the wide receiver, or not the wide receiver, the running back. So I feel a little comfortable with him, but we'll have. It's so hard to tell this time of year for their Giant. So if you have a Giants player, I probably wouldn't be playing him. Devontae Smith, Miles Sanders, maybe Boston Scott because he always kills us. And Jalen Hurts, you're definitely playing those guys. You can play Dallas Goedert because any tight end tends to do well against us for some reason. I don't get it. So I'd go with them as well. All right, I'm getting away from this game because I'm just sick and tired of talking about it. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Carolina Panthers. Bucks are favored by 10. The over-under is 42.5. So we have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Leonard Fournette. They're going to be all out for this game, and most of them are going to be out for the season. So sorry for those who rode their back the whole way. You are now put in a very bad situation, and most of you are in the playoffs. Antonio Brown looks like he practiced. He's good to go. He has no tag. It looks like he'll be out there with another guy, Tyler Johnson. He's a guy that I really suggest people pick up if you're in a really bad, like a situation where you lost a ton of people. He's not a bad person to pick up. With no Chris Godwin, Evans being hurt, he's not a bad option to pick up. So definitely, if you're not going to play him, that's fine. But he's definitely someone to hold on to because I think he could do well in this game. DJ Moore has a hamstring injury and only got one limited practice in on Friday. He's going to be a game time decision. Just be aware. Come to us on Sunday. I'll tell you if he's active or inactive. And from there, I don't feel comfortable playing anybody on the Panthers. They keep saying that Cam Newton is starting and Sam Darnold is available. I don't get it. I don't know what they see. I don't get it. Just, I'm so done. I'm just so done. Anyway. All right. So we got Brooks in the house. What up, Brooks? How's everything going? He says, what up, Mike? Start Nick Foles in Superflex with Justin Fields out, or just roll with Josh Reynolds at Superflex, half PPR. Okay, that's a good question. Josh Reynolds, I like as a player. I like him a little bit more with Jared Goff on the field because their connection from when they played in Los Angeles / St. Louis. I think I would play Foles, and I'm only going to say that just because, I mean, they're playing Seattle. Seattle's not that great. I feel a little bit more comfortable with Foles because he knows the offense. He's a seasoned guy. He knows what he's doing. Not the best guy. I mean, Matt Nagy's a pain, so it's just so hard to trust him. But Seattle's ranked 14th against the QB. I just rather play Nick Foles just because I'd rather play a QB over a wide receiver like that in a super flex. I had to pick up Nick Foles because I'm in a situation where I have Josh Allen. I was nervous about COVID. If he's out, I have no one behind him because Jimmy G I have and Ryan Tannehill already played. They both already played, and Taysom Hill's out with COVID. So I needed a backup to my backup to my backup to my backup. So Nick Foles isn't a bad option. So I think you can do worse, but I think he's kind of the guy you got to throw in that spot, in my opinion. So good luck to you with that. Hopefully that was helpful. And we're actually going to be getting to that game in about 30 seconds. So that was one of the things I was going to be talking about. So we got Los Angeles Chargers going against the Houston Texans. Oh, Brooks says, thanks, Mike. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Brooks, and your family. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everything is going well for everybody. So it's the holidays. I hope everyone's in a, festive mood. So we have the Chargers at Houston Texans. Chargers favored by 10.5. Over under is 46 points. So, like I said before, we were talking about Justin Jackson. He's a start. Just throw him in. I think anybody that you have on the Chargers, just throw them in against no one on the Texans. Don't even touch the Texans. I'm not playing Davis Mills. I'm not playing Rex Burkhead. I'm not. The only guy I might play is Brandon Cooks, and that's just because of the player he is. I think he's a really good. I've always liked Brandon Cooks. I know Anthony doesn't, whatever. I like Brandon Cooks. You can play Brandon Cooks. That's the only, but he's not going to do well. You can definitely have better options than Brandon Cooks. But if you don't have better options, Cooks he's a viable guy. They try to make plays for him to make it so that he's available. I'm not playing David Johnson. Doesn't matter. He hasn't practiced all week. He's listed as questionable. I don't think he plays. I think it's just Rex Burkhead, and that's all you got. So, like I said, I'm playing, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Justin Herbert. I'm playing Justin Jackson. And I'm playing Jared Cook just because why not? Just throw them all in there. You should be fine. Hopefully they all stick to the wall. The Chicago Bears. Now we're into the 4:00 games. We only got 3 games this time. We got Chicago versus the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 6.5. Wow. Another reason why I feel a lot more comfortable. Wait, Neanderthal saying Cooks is on COVID? Are you sure? Oh, he is. And I have him marked. Thank you for that, Neanderthal. I am not playing anybody on the Houston Texans. So, Neanderthal, thank you for that. There are 176 names, and I actually had an asterisk next to his name to remind me. So, thank you for that. I appreciate the help there. So, Neanderthal backing me up. I appreciate that. So, yeah, you're not playing him. We got Perry Williams in the house. What's up, Perry? How's everything? Hope everyone's good. Hope your family is doing well. He asks, if Hill and Kelsey are out, should I pick up Trevor Lawrence, Tyler Huntley, or should I just rock with Mahomes anyway? I think a lot of people are wondering that, to be completely honest with you. That's a great question. I don't think I'd play Trevor Lawrence. I think you're going to have to roll with Mahomes and trust that Mecole Hardman, Josh Gordon, Brian Pringle, Demarcus Robinson. I mean, he's played with those guys before. He's got his running backs. He's got most of his team. So I think I'm going to just, in this case, you can't get cute. Just play Mahomes. I know he's losing 2 big weapons, but he's gone the seasons with one or, without. I think there's been a time where he's lost both, and he's still played okay. But it's Mahomes. I think he's a better quarterback than the both of them. Huntley's sick, so I don't trust it right now. So I think I'm going to stick with Mahomes. Running back 2, pick 1. Okay, so Josh Jacobs or Rashad Penny. So Rashad Penny is going against Chicago. Josh Jacobs going against the Denver Broncos. I think I'm going to go Josh Jacobs. I just think he's a better caliber running back. For me, I don't like Penny. Just scares me anytime he's on the field. Like, I feel like you touch him, he breaks. I just don't like him. I think Jacobs is a better choice in this particular matchup. And then pick 2 wide receivers. Okay, so we got Pittman, Moore, and I'm assuming Van Jefferson's added to this list. So we got Van Jefferson, Rondell Moore, and Michael Pittman. All right, so or is it DJ Moore or Rondell Moore? I'm assuming it's going to be DJ. And if it is, he only got 1 limited practice in this week with an injury. I think he has I want to say he has a hamstring issue. Give me 1 second to kind of confirm what I was talking about. It is DJ. Okay, so we got DJ. Carolina's going against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay he's got a hamstring injury. Ugh. Limited practice on Friday, listed as questionable. I haven't heard any news that he's not going to play, but this is a morning game, so you have an opportunity to change out if you need to. I think I'm going to play Pittman, so Pittman for me, just throw him in there. Van Jefferson is probably going to be my next guy. I like Van Jefferson against this Minnesota defense. Their defense is very, very bad against the wide receiver. They are 32nd against the wide receiver. So I think I'm going to go Van Jefferson here over DJ Moore just because of the concept that I don't like Cam Newton. Cam Newton cannot throw the ball. And that's what's hurting DJ Moore. And that's what's hurting every wide receiver option that they have there. Other than Amir Abdullah, who he just, 2-yard pass. Moore is not built that way. He needs a little bit of room to run. So for me, Pittman, Van Jefferson, you can start those two. I think they're the better choice. So hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions. Like I said, I'm here for a little bit. I'm just going to be shooting the breeze with you guys, answering your questions until I feel like no one else has questions. Going to break down a couple more games for you guys. And then I'm out of here. We're going to do a quick show tonight. I just wanted to at least get on here for everybody to, if you had them, you can, I can answer them now. Try to get ahead of these Saturday, games. But I'll be back on Sunday. Either way, I'm here on Sunday. I'll be here to help you guys with your lineups as well. So, all right. Chicago Bears, Seattle. Oh, we got Malik in the house. What up? We got the brother. I love it. So we got full PPR. Okay, so I'm picking 2 to start. All right, 2. That's fine. I'd pick all 3 of these guys, but I'm going to pick 2. I'm not picking Gibson. Gibson is automatically out for me. So for me, it's Aaron Jones and Alexander Madison. And the only reason why I say that, Antonio Gibson did not practice at all this week. He has a questionable tag. He's going against Dallas. I don't like it. Dallas's defense has been playing real well lately. That kid, Micah Parsons, man, so angry we skipped him. So angry we didn't pick him this year. You're good. I'm not playing Antonio Gibson. Aaron Jones, Alexander Madison. Those are my 2. No worries. Any day. We're here to help. We're glad to have you here. I'm very glad to hear. So it is what it is. We got Perry Williams saying, really glad you answer our questions in depth. Not like the other channels that skip questions and barely give an answer. Merry Christmas. I'm always on the watch to see if you're live. I appreciate that very much, Perry Williams. That's what we're here for. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get involved. We're trying to give you guys a little bit of an insight on what my mind is thinking about when I have these guys in front of me. If I had these guys to play, this is how I'm thinking. I don't like to just throw, if you throw me a bunch of names, just tell you who they are and then move along. Like, until we get to a point where we have that, I don't want to do that. And even when we get to that point, I don't want to do that. I like being interactive with you guys. I think that's what kind of sets us apart from a lot of other channels and podcasts out there. And it's one thing I love about what we do here. I love giving you guys, I love talking with you guys about it. I love giving you a little bit of insight on it. At the end of the day, you guys are going to make your choice. This is just how I feel about it. So hopefully you guys enjoy our, how we break it down and what we're looking for. So I'm glad to have you here, Perry. I love seeing you here every week. So we're glad to have you. We got Malik. Cool. Thanks. Anytime, man. We're glad to have you. I know you're a new subscriber. Your brother got you into this. I'm glad he did. Glad to have you a part of the group. Sorry that I'm not saying your first name because, to be honest, I'm very bad at saying names and I don't want to ruin it. So glad to have you here. Glad to have everybody a part of the channel. So please, if you have other questions, let me know. I'm here. Like I said, I'm here, for a little bit. So Chicago Bears game, Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks favored by 6.5, over under 41.5. Nick Foles is starting. Justin Fields is going to be a game time call. So it's a 4:00 game, so be aware of that. But he's probably going to be backing up Nick Foles. He practiced limited on Wednesday, but didn't practice the rest of the week. Jaheim Grant will be out for this game, and so will Andy Dalton. So Seattle's actually okay. They look good. They're favored by 6.5. You're playing DK Metcalf, playing Russell Wilson. Just double checking to see if Tyler got off the list. He is, so you can play Tyler Lockett. I I'm okay with doing that. You can play Rashad Penny. I mean, like I said, play him with with I don't trust him. I just don't like him. He was a bust a while ago. I hope he isn't a bust. I rooted for him for a while, but I just don't feel comfortable playing him. Travis Homer's back. Alex Collins is back. You got the whole group back. So it's kind of a murky backfield. So that's kind of another reason why I don't like it. You're playing David Montgomery. And I'm going to take a minute. Just one sec. I'm just going to take a minute. All right. I needed to compose myself here. I want to send this out to Matt Nagy, and I want him to listen, and I hope he does, but I know he's probably not watching, but that's fine. Matt Nagy, do me a big favor. Can you play your best player and give him a little bit of rhythm in the way he plays? You don't do any of it. You hand him the ball, he gets you 10 yards, and then you go, hey, get out. I want Khalil Herbert in there. And then nothing. And then you put David Montgomery back in, gets you another 5 yards. Okay. You have Nick Foles drop back. You don't have it set where you throw it to your best player because one, Allen Robinson ain't there. Darryl Mooney's probably downfield. You have the whole middle of the field open, but nope, don't go to him. Go to the guy on the outside route that can't catch it. And I know it's Nick Foles' issue if he's throwing it, or Justin Fields, or whoever's at quarterback. End of the day, you are the one that makes the offense the way it is. You are the one that says, I want that ball going to David Montgomery. David Montgomery should be getting 25 to 30 carries a game. Or, sorry, let's not do carries. Let's do touches a game. So please, I beg you, stop being such an idiot and just let him play. And I'm not the only one that cares. I bet I got 5 people in here now. I guarantee at least 4 of them would agree with me to run the damn ball with your best player. Watch the Colts. Jonathan Taylor is their main guy. Now they do have times where they put in Naeem Hines for the 2 minute, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Beyond that, they pretty much run their best guy. Do it here. David Montgomery is a wonderful running back. He does well every year. He's consistent. Play him. Stop not giving him the ball. Free Demont. I love it. I'm going to create another one for Sunday. I had my free James Robinson. We're going to free Demont. He needs to be free. It is sickening to see this talent being wasted. I really do hope I hope that Matt Nagy, I'm sorry, bro. I hope you're out of Chicago next year. I cannot stand watching this kid just not be who he should be. I'm sorry. Just get Nagy the hell out of here. Rant over. Okay, so Pittsburgh Steelers at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 8.5. So for the question before that we had with Perry, they're still favored by 8.5, bro. 8.5 points, even with those 2 guys out. I did this. I found all these numbers out this afternoon or this evening. 8.5 points. Over under is 45. That's a pretty decent number. I'm okay with it. And I still feel like Kelsey might have a chance to come back. Tyreek Hill also has a chance to come back. They both are kind of in a situation to come back. It's going to be a tough call, though. 4 o'clock. Hopefully they know by around 11:30 when they do the inactives. I think they need to have them in by then to know if they're playing or not. So just keep an ear out. Just keep an eye on the channel. For those who are in the channel, I'll make sure I post as soon as I get information. But make sure you guys check that out. Make sure you guys are just on your phone. I know it's Christmas, but Sunday's not Christmas. Sunday's kind of recovering from Christmas. So check everything, make sure you're good. And we'll, hopefully they're good to go. For the Pittsburgh side of the ball, Pat Freiermuth will be out after he suffered a concussion last week. Sad to see. I hope he's okay. For the Chiefs side, they also lost Harrison Butker and their kicker, or their punter. They have their kicker and their punter both out for COVID. So I know they have this guy Fry. He's going to be there kicking field goals. I don't know who they have punting the ball. So I see them going for fourth down a little more often than normal. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm definitely playing CEH in this game. I'm okay with playing Mahomes. For the wide receivers, I'm actually okay with playing Mecole Hardman if Tyreek Hill's out. If Tyreek Hill's in, it's hard to play any of these guys. But let's just say Tyreek Hill is out and you need a wide receiver. Mecole Hardman, not a bad option. Brian Pringle has actually been a little bit more involved in the offense lately over guys like Demaryius Robinson and stuff like that. So I like him a little bit. I picked him up in a few leagues, so I like him. They also, if Kelsey's out, they have a tight end, Gray, I think his name is. He's not bad. He's going to get thrown to. So those aren't horrible options in this particular matchup. Steelers are pretty healthy considering their situation. Deontay Johnson, fine with playing him. Najee Harris, playing him. Claypool is tough to gauge. I don't really like to play him unless I have to, but I'm not playing him. Ben, I don't like playing unless it's a 2 QB league and you need to in Superflex. So that's who I'm going with, those guys. Neanderthal going pick 2, Mooney, Ty Johnson, or Hollywood Brown. Wow, these are some tough wide receivers to pick from. Darnell Mooney, I'd probably play. Ooh. I want to say Hollywood, but it's so hard to say Hollywood Brown. Yeah, I think it's Mooney and Hollywood, and I really like Tyler Johnson. I would be ranking Darnell Mooney and Hollywood Brown a lot higher than Tyler, but I like Tyler. He's a talent. He's a really good talent. Yeah, Mooney and Hollywood, even with Foles behind center. I know Brady's a better quarterback, but I like Mooney. I like the wide receiver. He's some. His measurables are out of control. I don't think the team realizes what they got. Anyway, so I hope that was helpful. I know those are tough. Those are real tough. Wow. All right, we got Denver Broncos at Las Vegas Raiders. So Neanderthals, Raiders. Raiders are favored by 1. Over under is 41. We got Teddy Bridgewater. He's going to be out for the game. So unfortunately, it's Drew Lock coming in. All the rest look ready to go for both teams except for Darren Waller. He is doubtful, but it looks like he is out. So I would not be playing him. I kind of guess that he's out for this whole regular season. I don't know why, but Anthony goes, would that change if non-PPR? For Neanderthal's question. So Neanderthal lost Godwin. So for non-PPR, I'd go Hollywood and Mooney. If it was PPR, I might go Tyler Johnson over Hollywood and go Mooney and Tyler. Because I think that they're going to use Tyler a little bit more than you think. I have a feeling. But game script, Mooney and Hollywood are probably in those types of game scripts, I think. Like the passing game script. But I like, non-PPR, Hollywood, Mooney, PPR, Tyler, and Mooney. Either way, you're playing money. All right, back to the Raiders and the Broncos. Like I said, Bridgewater's out. It just sucks. I hate seeing Cortland Sutton being so disrespected. He played well against the Raiders last time. Unfortunately, he had a different quarterback throwing it to him. They had Teddy Bridgewater throwing him. Jerry Jeudy was also out, but Judy's around. Oh, dude, they're all wide receivers. So Anthony goes, weird. I thought you'd go with the other way and play the running back in non PPR. Yeah, I would if they were running backs. They're all wide receivers. Those are all wide receivers. Think about it for a minute. Then you're going to go, oh, there you go. So in this game, I'm definitely playing the two running backs for the Broncos. I'm playing Javonte and Williams and Melvin Gordon. Raiders are last in the league at stopping, or they're 28th against the running back. So I'm playing both running backs. It's so hard to trust Judy and Cortland Sutton. If you have both, flip a coin. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about Ty Johnson. No, Tyler Johnson for the Tyler Johnson for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Unless I'm wrong, because he said he lost Godwin, so I was assuming. Well, I knew before that it might be Tyler Johnson, so that was my choice. So, yeah, normally I would go running back. For the Raiders, Hunter Renfrow, you start until further notice. Josh Jacobs, I think you can play as well. He might not have a great game. Derek Carr is not someone I'm starting unless you're in a super flex, but otherwise I'm pretty much, out on him. Denver's actually pretty good against the pass. I don't feel comfortable playing Foster Moreau, even though he gets targeted. He's just inconsistent in my opinion. So Neanderthal said I was right with Tyler Johnson. Yeah, so kind of done with that game. I think Raiders are, I think this is actually a pretty, even game. Anthony goes, see, and that's why I can't be giving you advice while putting toys together. My bad, guys. Carry on. No worries, my friend. You do you. That's why I'm here. I know what he's talking about. Don't you worry. All right, we got another fun game here. We got the 8:00 window. And this 8:00 window looks just as bad as the Jets and Jaguars. It's the Washington football team versus the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys favored by 10.5. Over under is 46.5. So we got no one that's really crazy out. We have Antonio Gibson. He didn't practice all week with the toe injury, but he's listed as questionable. So people that had him last year and playing him this year as well are kind of going, what the hell? Same thing happened. Sorry, guys. Tyron Smith for the Cowboys will be out for this game. He's having issues as well. I'm playing all your starting, all your wide receivers. So, Anthony's a diehard listener, holding on to every word. Don't you worry, my friend. I should have emphasized Tyler and not Ty. That's my fault. It is what it is. So, Antonio Gibson didn't practice. So for the quarterbacks, I'm playing Dak. I'm not playing Tyler Haneke or Kyle Allen, whoever is the one that is going to be starting. I'm not going to play Terry McLaurin in this game either. I do not feel comfortable playing him until further notice. I'm not playing Gibson either. I might play Ricky Seals-Jones. I like him a little bit, but that's about it. Dallas, I'm playing Dak. I'm playing Zeke, Pollard. If Pollard's available, which he should be. He played well against the Giants. Playing CD, Gallup, Cooper, Schultz. Even though Schultz might have a rough day, I'd still play him. But that's really about it. So We got Tyler in the house. What is going on? How you doing, Tyler? Merry Christmas to you and yours. Hope everyone is doing well in your family. I've seen you here before, but if I haven't, make sure you like and subscribe. Should I bench Ezekiel Elliott for Tony Pollard or Ronald Jones? And should I bench Gibson for Ronald Jones or Palmer or Pollard? My bad, Pollard. So I think you should play Ezekiel, and I think you should play Ronald Jones, and I think you should bench Antonio Gibson. Pollard is the only one that I'm really in between about. I really like Pollard, but Zeke is that lead guy. I know Pollard has better run. That injury scares me a little bit. Um, the injury is my biggest issue with Pollard, even though he ran well. I'm also double checking my math here real quick. Washington football team is 13th against the run, against running backs. So for me, I feel comfortable with Zeke, and I feel comfortable with Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones, I feel comfortable with. Like I said, if you didn't get to see the beginning of the show, Ronald Jones to me is a mid-level RB2 and has that RB1 upside. He's on a team that can get him there. He has a situation that can get him there. Carolina's not a horrible team, but they're not a good one. And they're, the over-under for this game is 10, if I remember correctly. Did that game a little while ago. Yeah, 10. So I feel a little more comfortable with Ronald Jones as a surefire play him. Gibson, I'm not playing. He did not practice all week. This is a 8:00 game. I'm not going to risk it. Not going to do it. And I think that Cowboys will be up. I think Zeke is a better option. He's been running. He feels a little bit better. I'm good. Anthony goes, I like Rojo. If we knew he would have the Lenny role, I think he will. Honestly, Keyshawn Vaughn is not what he should be. Giovanni, I don't think is back yet. I haven't really heard any word on him, and doesn't mean that he is or not, but I think he'll have what he should. I think he's going to be a top running back this week. So I'm good with that. Why do I always have the hard questions? Thanks, Mike. Sorry for that. No, it's all good, brother. It is what it is. I'm here to answer those hard questions for you. We're on the same page. I'm sitting Gibby as well. So, like I said, Tyler, I'm on board with Ezekiel Elliott and Ronald Jones. Those are the two that I like a little bit more. I do like Pollard, but I think that, Elliott is a little bit – I think they're going to put him in a little bit more run than Pollard. To give you a little perspective, let's look at their snap count. We got Elliott running 44 times with Pollard 29 times, or, snaps. Pollard does more with his snaps than Elliott, but at the end of the day, more opportunity equals more, yards. The hard part is just what you do with those. So I get why Pollard's a question for you, but I'm going to stick with Elliott and Ronald Jones for this particular group. So hope that was helpful. If you have any other questions, please let me know. I'm going to be here for only probably another few minutes. I'm just going to break down the New Orleans game, and then I'm probably going to call it a night. So if you aren't a part of the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. If you are, great. I'm glad to have you back. If you're not, we also have in the description, make sure you check out our sleeper channel. It's a private channel. We have a lot of cool things in it. We have a really great community with all these guys that you see here that are talking with me and interacting with everybody. They're all in the sleeper channel as well. We answer questions. We help you with your lineups. Next year, we're going to be doing we're doing the mock drafts once we get an opportunity, once we get everyone kind of, a little bit of a break and we get everybody settled. But we're going to be, starting those mock drafts early and getting those up and, going through that. So check out the channel if you haven't already. All right, Miami Dolphins are at the New Orleans Saints. Dolphins are favored by 2.5 points with an over/under of 37.5. So Vegas doesn't like this game. They don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored, and I don't either. Taysom Hill, Taysom Hill, and Ryan Ramczyk, they're going to both be out for this game with COVID. They also have Trevor Siemian out with COVID. Looks like Ian Book. No idea who this kid is. It is what it is. He's going to be the starter on Monday night. Adam Troutman's also out because of COVID. They have a very long list of people. So good luck. They also have Malcolm Jenkins, Demario Davis. For those who don't know, those are top defensive players for the New Orleans Saints. Those guys are very big pieces to that defense and what make them that good. So I feel a little bit more confident with Dolphins players. The caveat to that is, one, we get Jalen Waddle back. Jalen Waddle, you're starting every week. He's now a stud. I think he's someone you can play for now on. Devontae Parker, I'm playing him. I like him. I think he'll do fine. Tua's fine. I think that you can be a little bit more lax with this particular game. I think that you can, Miami can play well for this particular game. Other than that, Gasecki you can play. Now that I know that DeMario and Melvin Jenkins, I think Gesicki's going to eat in this game. Saints, you can only trust Kamara, and I don't really trust him just because they're going to lean on him and Dolphins are going to smother him. So I don't really trust anybody on the Saints other than Kamara, and I really don't trust him either. You probably have better options because he's been out for most of the year. You might have a better option. Tyler asks, do you trust Huntley? That's a great question. Honestly, Huntley is currently having illness of his own. He has a non-COVID illness leading up to Sunday night's game. They list him currently as illness, did not practice on Friday. So I don't know. They don't say if he practiced on Wednesday or Thursday. They just say that he was on the injury report as of Friday, and he's listed as questionable as of right now. Lamar is also listed as questionable, but did not practice all week. It looks like he ain't playing. So you have Baltimore going against Cincinnati. This was a rough game for Cincinnati the last time. Asking me if you trust Huntley or if I trust Huntley, my thing is who do I trust him over? So is it Huntley or somebody else? Or is it just Huntley? Because Huntley himself has a decent floor. His rushing upside isn't that bad. Like we saw what he could do last week. We saw that he is a viable quarterback. If memory serves me right, wasn't he QB1 last week? I have to take a quick gander at all my notes and stuff. And if memory serves me right, he was the QB. Wasn't he QB1 last week? Week 50. Yeah, he was QB1 with 35 points. That's not bad. That's huge upside. Let's look at his log. He had 40 attempts, completed 28 of them for 215 yards, 2 touchdowns for 73 yards, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So, honestly, I think that the Bengals have a better offense or a better defense than you think. I think they're very sneaky. They shut them down before. I forgot exactly. Oh, okay. Huntley or Tua? That's a great question, actually. I think both are good matchups. I think I'd probably swing Tua, and it's only because of how hurt the Saints are at this point. But I understand the hesitation on Tua just because Tua hasn't really been killing it lately. I mean, he was QB12 last week. He's been stuttering around the 15, 17, 18. The lowest he's gone is like 13 points. So I can understand why you're kind of stuttering on if you should play him. He only got 15 points last week going against the Jets. 2 interceptions, 2 TDs, only ran it for, 19 yards and had a fumble. So I understand Tua is a tough person to trust. My big thing though, give me one sec to kind of bring up some numbers real quick. So Lamar Jackson, the last time he played the Cincinnati Bengals, which was week 7, he had 15 completions for 257 yards, a touchdown, 88 yards rushing, no touchdowns, but he had 23 points. He still finished let's see where he finished as a QB in week 7. So in week 7, he finished as the QB 7. So if we're trying to put Huntley in a category where you think he might be someone like Lamar, let's just say he is, because he kind of is in a way. He finished as QB 7 after having a really rough day. I remember that game very specifically, and the Bengals were beaten up the Ravens. You know what? I might stick with Huntley over Tua. I think I'm going to change my own mind. I think you can trust Huntley a little bit. I like Tua. He's got it. He's got Jalen Waddle back. I think he'll play better with Waddle. They still have Marcus Lattimore. New Orleans Saints, they're down. On defense, they don't have anybody other than Malcolm Jenkins and Demario Davis that are really worth it. I mean, Keenan Ellis, no one knows. Jeff Heath, I know, but no one else knows. I only know him because he was a Cowboy. Jalen Holmes, Christian Ringo. No one knows these guys. I think they're going to have most of their, the other parts of their defense there. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Huntley. So, Merry Christmas to you, Tyler. I hope you and yours have a wonderful holiday weekend. I know that I'm trying to, and hope everyone does. Just to kind of throw this out there for everybody, I didn't do this in the beginning, but might as well do it at the end and promote one of our sponsors is Underdog Fantasy. This is something you guys can do tomorrow. They have pick'em games. They have everything that you could possibly imagine. I think they have picking against the spread. They have a few other games as well. They have daily fantasy where you draft your team. They have a lot of good options. I really enjoy their site. Make sure you guys, when you sign up, use the code GETRIGHT. And when you do, they will match 100% of what you put in over $10. So you put in 10, you get 20. Well, you'll have 20. Put in 15, you get 30. Make sure you guys use our promo code, and that's what you'll get. It also helps support the channel. So make sure you guys use the promo code GETRIGHT. Also, make sure you guys check us out Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 12:30. 12:30 Eastern on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 Pacific. And check me out on Sunday. Make sure you guys check me out Sunday morning, 8 a.m. I will be back going through your teams, asking who you want to start, or you guys are going to ask me who I think you should start. I'm going to be here helping you guys set your lineup, getting week 16 hopefully closed and over with. I cannot wait. This week has been brutal. I cannot stress that enough. Hopefully COVID calms down a little bit. We can kind of get back into a normal thing, but I don't see that happening. It's the holidays. Everyone's getting together. So I hope teams are taking it seriously. I hope players are taking it seriously. I hope you're taking it seriously. So I'm not here to be a political guy or anything like that, but I hope everyone is staying safe. Hope everyone is taking the right precautions that they need to in their families. Hopefully everyone is healthy, and hope everyone is doing well at home. On behalf of everybody here at Get Right, I want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa. I know that Hanukkah already happened, but happy Hanukkah as well. Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone's spending time with their families. I hope everybody has a wonderful couple days. Thankfully, it's on a weekend. We get to enjoy some football tomorrow. We get football on Sunday and Monday. Can't ask for anything better. We had football all week. So hope everyone has a wonderful holiday weekend. Please make sure, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the video and to the channel. And make sure you guys check us out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9:30 Pacific. And make sure you check me out on Sunday morning, 11 a.m. I will be here again, going through inactives, actives, doing some daily fantasy as well. I will also, just a little caveat, on Sundays after football, after the fantasy season, after week 17 or 18, whatever you want to play, I'm going to be doing DFS stuff so that you guys can have at least something to be here, something to talk about, something to be a part of. Setting lineups, I'll help you guys with anything you need. But we're going to be doing that going forward. I might come on maybe closer to 11:30 than 11, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, so hope everyone has a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas. We'll see you guys soon. Good luck in your week 16 matchup.